All right, welcome to the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel. I'm very excited to have with me Pureum Jin. I'm trying to pronounce pronounce your name correctly. Who is a South Korean-born, New York City-based, award-winning saxophone player and composer, arranger, and we're going to talk about her new record here, the Empress, where you've assembled a wonderful team of musicians, and this is a wonderful record. So welcome.
Hi, nice to meet you, and thanks for having me here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So I'm really curious to hear how you got started playing. You primarily play the alto saxophone. You also play soprano saxophone, correct?
Yeah, but I started with alto saxophone first. Yeah. So, I grew up actually countryside of, it's so this is South Korea. Then I was from kind of middle area, which is very famous of Korean food. Yeah. So that means that my time was there. There's no jazz at all. Seriously, no jazz at all. I
Wow.
haven't seen anybody play the jazz in my town completely. And one day I saw actually it was kind of girls wind ensemble and orchestra who plays the music, but it was from the school right next to me, so I had a chance to go and listen to the music they play. They were just like 1 or 2 years older than me, but that made me really shocked because I never seen girls playing like that. I mean, I'm not talking about the level or anything. I just the vibe and they were really serious players playing music, ensemble. It was really shocked for me. So at the moment, I really into like playing instrument because before I only played piano for fun and never thought about became musician. But at the time, oh wow, that's something I really need to do. So when I came back home at the night, I told my parents, "Hey, I want to learn music. I want to play instrument." And they said, "What? What kind of instrument?" And I said, "Anything. I want to play anything. I want to do anything. I can pick something and I think I feel like I can do something good." And then they also like, "Wow, why don't you try something you can do from now on?" So my father introduced me saxophone teacher in town. He plays classical music, and that's how I learned classical music at the beginning. So it was really fun. I mean, since I played saxophone, I didn't really go out much with the friends anymore because playing the saxophone was really fun thing for me throughout the day. So after school, every time I go to practice, and yeah, that was really fun. So that's how I started saxophone first time. It was I think I was a 16-year-old, something like that, and but somehow classical music, I love it. I love playing the instrument, but it was my teacher at the time. He was really strict to practice, and he didn't like if I want to play something else like besides he taught me. He didn't like it. I don't know why, but so okay, you know what? I want to play something I really want to play, but I didn't know what it is. So my at the time my first jazz teacher, he's actually I believe he's half Japanese, half Canadian. But I think he got a job in Korea, and that's how he moved to Korea first time. He's a super amazing tenor saxophone player, but he got a teaching job in my town. I think he was the first saxophone jazz teacher in the area, believe me. So yeah, so I got a lesson from him, and after like a year or so, I didn't know what it is, the jazz, but I really liked the environment studying with him because we just play for fun, you know. So he never said, "Hey, don't do this. Oh, you are not good, blah blah." He never told me anything bad. So like, okay, I love it. So I that's how I learned the jazz because I feel like jazz is more likely communication, more likely relationship, or also you can also learn the jazz. I think the best way we could learn of the jazz, is making a I don't know, it's good. Yeah, it's like a social thing, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a reading a book or studying hard thing. Of course, we need to do that, but it's more likely social, kind of relationship with the person to person. So I really like the time studying with him, and that's how I, started learn how to play jazz. And then he gave me the jazz record every time when I go to the lesson because at the time we only have CD players, not like a smartphone,
Right.
nothing else. So it was even before MP3. So yeah, so he borrowed me some jazz CDs every lessons. When I go back home, I started listening to it, even though I didn't know what it is. Yeah.
Who were some of the first people you listened to?
I believe it was mostly Charlie Parker, Coltrane, because he's also my teacher. His name is Kenji Ome. Kenji is a huge fan of John Coltrane, so he gave me a lot of Coltrane CDs. Sometimes Sonny Rollins, Sonny Stitt, but Bunchy. But I didn't know that who they are.
Right.
Yeah, so I was really nice girl at the time, just because my teacher asked me to listen to it, right? And like tried to listen to it. I didn't really know what it is, so just leave it, But one day when I listened to one track, then I feel like wow, what it is, and all the sound and vibe, everything were really intense. Then like curiosity makes me like to learn more about this. There was Coltrane, yeah, Coltrane's sound. There was Coltrane's music. So since that time, I really love his sound, everything, like all the like band sound as well. And also, I was really into his ballad style as well. Yeah. So I think that's very beginning part of the jazz for me. And after that, yeah, I gradually just learning and listen to more jazz. But my first jazz was Coltrane.
Cool. Well, that's a good place to
Yeah.
start. And of course,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong with Charlie Parker either, right? That's it.
Yeah, I mean Charlie Parker came later, but I still remember when I listened to Charlie Parker first time. Yeah, because obviously it's a very old record, and you can hear
Right.
some like a vintage sound, like old things. Then I didn't know what it is, and I feel like it's more. I don't know. I didn't really like it at the first time, but after in I was into Coltrane and everything else, then like, oh wow, how to play like that. Then I started like listen to it little by little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were playing. So you learned to read classical music, right? You studied classical, so you learned to sight read and everything there.
Yeah,
And
mostly yeah, but only like 1 year actually.
okay.
Yeah. Then
So
yeah.
when you changed over from classical to jazz, was there a difference? Because I just purchased a saxophone. I've
Oh
played
really?
guitar for most of my life and a little piano,
Oh.
but I just got this Selmer AS 500
Oh
alto
wow.
saxophone used just a few days ago,
Nice.
and it's completely different than any other, than guitar or piano.
Oh yeah, of course.
And so, as far as your embouchure and everything of playing, did that change, or was that just as far as how to get that jazz sound versus a classical sound? Was that any conscious
Yeah.
effort to?
For me, actually, it's really different for sure because when I started with playing saxophone with classical music, I had to play like very soft first. Yeah, and classical music somehow. I mean, maybe for more like a contemporary modern style could be different, but I learned mostly like a very old classical thing. But first of all, nobody really wants to hear me loud play, and very soft and like a more like a I don't know how to compare this feeling, but yeah, but when I switch and transition to the jazz style, I had to against everything. I don't know, it happens for everybody, but at the moment I didn't have any great musical background before that, and then didn't know how to make the sound at all. Actually, I was still like a kind of beginner, you know, player at the moment, so didn't know how to like a smoothly transition to jazz. So I had to against everything. So okay, now I'm gonna play louder. Now I'm gonna play like a more aggressive, something like that. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, for me, I don't know how to yeah compare, but I'm feeling very different because when I play jazz, when I try to jazz itself, because I mostly mimicking from the record I heard, and but when I play something like that, people told me actually most of my colleagues all are classical musicians, so they told me that oh hey your sound so different. Yeah, so maybe my embouchure yeah it also changed a lot because I'm more likely like an O shape. I try to make the sound because it's a sound wise it's a little different thing. I think it's a little different functioning too. But started jazz. I tried to more like a like a like the spite. So that means more. I mean I don't know. It's kind of yeah musical texture I think. So anyway yeah it was a little different actually yeah.
So when did you put together your first jazz band or start playing with an actual band publicly?
So since I started playing jazz, I was still 17-year-old, and there's no jazz band like my age. But I found one local like adult jazz band. It was like a quartet, like a saxophone, piano, drum, bass. So I that's the only group of people in my town to play jazz together. So I try to be there, like if they have a gig or kind of a cafe thing or whatever happens, I try to go there all the time. So my dad, he was really supportive, and he always brought me to somewhere, no matter what. So that's how I learned jazz, playing jazz actually. That was my first band experience, but at the time because I was very young, didn't know how to play, so most of the time was there just learning something and kind of play like with somebody's direction. Hey, solo, stop solo, or something like that. Yeah. So my very first my own band experience started when I started my college time. Yeah. So I moved to Seoul area because the capital area because that's the largest scene in the South Korea, and so I because I accepted one of the great school for jazz at the time, but also I really wanted to move to capital because yeah to play more and getting more opportunity. So yeah,
What school did you go to there?
it's called the Kyunghee University of South Korea. It's really great school, and there's a bunch of friends who went to the who went to same school in the same year. They also are still really great players in South Korea. So yeah, it's really nice school.
So was that a jazz program at the school then?
It's funny because it's called postmodern music. But
Postmodern?
yeah, postmodern music because it includes basically not just classic but all other music. That means like all like could be Korean pop like K-pop music or popular music, whatever. It mixes everything. But my age, in my generation, actually there's a bunch of people, actually teachers, actually who studied from abroad. So I mean, they mostly studied in United States. Then that's why most of the people who teaches there at the time plays jazz too. So yeah, it was really fun time because I only just practiced by myself most of my time there, but after I began my college time, like, oh wow, there's a bunch of great people I could play, and I got really good opportunity to play in like a jazz clubs finally with my own group, sometimes a sideman. So I started play almost every week or so. So yeah.
So I'm interested. So is there an actual? So there's actual a jazz scene in the city there.
Yeah,
There's jazz
yeah.
clubs, and there's a lot of things going on there.
Now actually there's more because I'm surprised there's a lot of jazz clubs
Really?
in yeah, South Korea right now. I'm really surprised actually, but my time I believe it was less than 10 jazz clubs in Seoul. But mostly were like a major jazz club for me because all most of my teachers were playing there, and then only like I mean, there's not much opportunity for the younger musicians because not much clubs time. But I was fortunately got some opportunity to play there like after hours or something, all is set, whatever, or sideman. So I tried to organize my band and play some music there.
Were there any open jazz jams or anything like that where you could get up and sit in and play and things like that?
Yeah, I believe it happened, but not really actively. So I think my generation created kind of that culture. I mean, so it happened after I graduated the school. Yeah, so yeah, there's yeah, at least two, three jazz clubs actually have some like open jam session things, but not really actively. Yeah, but after like my generation know how it's important for jazz musicians and creating our own like a society like community. So after yeah, now I think there's bunch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
interesting. So then, how did you end up coming to New York?
Well, I mean, I actually my time in South Korea were really fun because I got a lot of opportunity, and like I said, like I could play most of people, almost every people. I know every people there, like blah blah blah. So, but I wish I could play more, and I wanted to focus what I want to play because at the time, because lack of the musicians, I mean that means like there's not much horn players in the scene, so I had to play all kind of music sometimes. Like if I need to do, I mean someone just call me, hey, come and play, and go. Then like I need to play some K-pop or
Oh, I got yeah.
like a film music, not only jazz, but it was really great experience anyway. Like creating my own voice, I think it's really great process. But I really wanted to focus my voice, and I was really curious like what I wanted to play and what I want to be. Also, there's not much big band music going on in the scene because yeah, because lack of horn players, obviously. So yeah, that's why I really wanted to go. Actually, especially New York, because in New York has a bunch of scenes and I mean variety of the music. It could be everything, right? It's even just not for the like straight ahead music, like modern jazz, avant-garde. New York has everything. So that's why, I really want to go to New York and I want to check and I just want to be the part of the thing because I want to just play music what I like. So, yeah, that's
So,
why.
what year
Yeah.
did you go? What year did you go to New York then? Was it 2015, or I think I read, or was it something time?
Yeah, 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 yeah. 2015. Yeah, yeah. I got accepted Manhattan School of Music for the master's, yeah, program. Yeah. Um
So I'm
uh
sure that was a big experience there, right? Because that's probably where you met a lot of jazz players at that school, right? And got to.
yeah. Yeah, that's true, but at the same time I was also got a really good chance to open me up more likely a lot of other music styles because at the Manhattan School of Music, it's more like a modern and contemporary music. Students are really into it, so we write a lot of originals, play originals every time, and discover the new tunes together or new type or like kind of like that. So I only mostly played straight ahead like a bebop, hard bop style. That's what I mostly played. But when I got into the school, like, oh wow, there's a lot of, you know, ways I could try. So it it was really worth time for me anyway. Like just getting to know like a more opportunity, like or open me up like more other sounds and creative things. Always focus like a more yeah interaction things because it's more likely modern, like original stuff going on. So I learned a lot actually, and also I learned a lot how to create creative my song and my musical style as well. Because before the time MSM time, I didn't really write that music that much actually, and I didn't know why I have to do it. But since after my time MSM, I really was into writing music, finding my style and arrangement skills. I thought about and because I studied with Jim McNeely at the time for the composition and arranging skills. That was my the most fun and happiest time in MSM studying with him. Yeah, so yeah, it's just just totally new vibe, new experience. And it was really happy time for me because after school or on the weekend I go to club and sitting in the club and listen to music and just like wow, so inspired everywhere.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. So
And then I guess in New York, you probably got to sit in on a lot of jam sessions there, correct? Or
yeah, 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 yeah. It is. But it was really fun, but it was really intense because I don't know. I mean, yeah, I remember one night at the small session. There's some bunch of players lined up and everybody like who's gonna next? Who's gonna next? But I'm the only one just care about that because I didn't know how to getting into the stage because everybody were so competitive. And there's one drummer. Yeah, even though other drummer plays on the drum set, but there's one other drummer came in and is slightly pushing him like away, and yeah, the drummer just playing there like okay, just like standing and walk off the stage and then keep playing other people, just like kind of that vibe actually made me a little bit sick of it because oh my god, I don't know, I mean I want to play music for I don't know happy
yeah,
happiness, fun, and something like a yeah. I really love the people also like a because it's a great achievement and it's kind of the it's not only about like playing well. I mean, for me, it's more about like a community. But I didn't know how to involve and blending with the people. Something in that vibe. So
Do you think that was a cultural difference in from where you come from versus that New York culture?
I think New York also is really special place.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean could be yeah, I mean could be cultural thing or not, but because I was pretty much a wild one in my country. Yeah, but yeah, since I moved here, like, oh my God, this is something new for me. But I think it's kind of maybe New York vibe. Also, very younger people still have to learn like a kind of attitude to someone else. I think it's kind of thing, but I don't think it's a cultural thing or I don't know.
You think it's very, very competitive because there's so many musicians that want to get on the scene and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I felt. So yeah, and my time in New York City was really short because after the graduation, I had to move down to Charlottesville, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, so I only stayed like almost just 2 years. Yeah, but it was really tough experience anyway for me. Yeah, but yeah, just it happens some occasionally, but not everybody. I met some great people there too. So I don't think it's kind of a New York thing, but it could be New York thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there anything in particular at the jam sessions that made you a better player or that,
Could yeah, because I never happened before, but after I moved to New York, I got kind of I don't know why, but I had a really serious bad nervousness that really kills me a lot because I couldn't play well. So it made me really hard to I had a really hard time playing well, like a kind of playing relaxed, playing like a normal what I did before, but I couldn't play well since I moved there. But the experience, like, I mean, that made me somehow getting stronger and get used to the vibe. And after I get used to all the things, and I feel like, oh, okay, I'm now getting better and better. And now like, okay, I don't care.
yeah.
I can say that, but yeah, at the time, it was 10 years ago. I was just shocked. Yeah.
So it kind of made you up your game and practice more and then see a
Yeah.
lot of other musicians playing and that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
So, yeah. I was really overwhelmed for sure. So I decided, maybe playing also it's really fun way, but just going out to watch people and then checking out the musicians. Yeah, then yeah, that makes me anyway like a lot of it. Yeah, give me a lot of inspiration. So yeah, just sitting on the practice room and thinking about like what should I do? Just make myself on the stage and then how do I play or what kind of music I want to make, blah blah. So I've mostly thinking about myself a lot at the time. Yeah. So as a result, I think yeah, it's good part of the experience. Yeah, that made me now like because I learned a lot anyway. All the experience made me yeah stronger. So yeah, so
So are you back in New York or do you live there now or are you in Virginia
I
still or
I live in New Jersey. So
okay.
after yeah 1 year of Virginia, we moved back to New Jersey. It was 2018. Yeah,
And
then
then
we have a family here. So yeah, I have 2 children. So we need bigger place. So that's why we decided to live in New Jersey, not going back to New York.
and you can just go across when you want to play over there and yeah.
Yeah. It's easy to cross, so it's good because we live here with like a kind of a suburban vibe. which is really nice with the family. But when I go just cross, I can go anywhere in New York too. So I love this life better than like living in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I think it was 2019 when you did your first record for Cellar
Yeah.
Music with Corey, right? So
Yeah.
how did you meet Corey, and how did you get involved with Cellar Group?
So uh, uh, the record name is The Real Blue. It's my name actually, directly translation to English. And the album I got to record it with Jeremy Manasia. Jeremy actually was the teacher at MSM, so I really like his personality. Also play all the styles. So when I started to decide to record it, I asked him to be part of the project as a producer and a pianist. So after we finished the recording, I didn't know what to do, but Jeremy recommended me to reach out to Corey because I believe Jeremy also had a couple of records with Corey as well. So I sent to him out some our like a rough mix music to Corey, and Corey said, "Oh yeah, yes, okay, let's go." So yeah, that's how we made the record.
Yeah, and that's a really good recording too. I was listening to that actually this morning. I was
Oh,
listening to that, which is another great album, and
thank
again,
you.
kind of that straight ahead jazz, which I love. And I think a lot of people are into a lot of the postmodern, avant-garde kind of thing, and everybody's kind of forgotten about all of the carrying on this tradition, which I think
Hmm.
is important because I think a lot of people. It's great that people are writing and composing new music. I think that's fantastic, but it's also great to see when you do some of these classics, these standards as well. So when we get to this record, now this is what 6 years later. Did you
Hmm.
do anything? Did you record anything in between there? I don't remember seeing another release, or
Uh,
was there?
yeah, I had a one more release in 2020 with the Barcelona pianist Ignacy Terraza. There was a live record
Oh, I did see
from
that one. Yeah, but it's not. You
yeah.
can't get that anymore, can you? Can you still get that?
I only have a couple of copies.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. I think because Ignacy asked me also, do you have a copies of our CD? And I said, hey, I only got like 10 copies or thing. And he said, oh, I don't have any copy anymore. Yeah. So I think, yeah, that's the only copies we left for now. Yeah. We recorded actually 2018 as well, but it was even before the Rare Blue thing. But it was a live record, and he didn't want to put the record right after my album, so we waited a little bit and released it 2020. And actually, I was in Barcelona for the release thing because I got invited from Terraza Jazz Festival in Barcelona, but COVID started,
Mm,
so I got there and then stayed 1 or 2 days and get canceled. So I had to came back, and after the day I came back home, yeah, lockdown started.
yeah. 5 years ago already.
Yeah, so that's why some people, yeah, don't know about this project very well because at the beginning, yeah, we didn't do anything too. But it was great record because it was really fun to record it. Yeah. And actually, there's one other thing I did. I recorded 2 years ago with the Swedish musicians, but it's not came out yet. It's not come out yet. So maybe,
Oh,
hopefully
really?
soon. Yeah, yeah. So I did like a little by little, yeah, a bunch of other projects, but the scale one should be the my second, yeah, regular project because in between that I did just kind of collective thing, with other musicians and or other groups. Yeah. So
So how did you meet all these wonderful ladies on here and get this going?
um uh I met, yeah, I met Erin. I think almost the same time when I moved to New York. I think we both arrived here almost same time for sure. Um, yeah, because yeah, I was so glad to meet her as a fellow Asian female alto player because also we both really into like a bebop hard bop style. So yeah, and we both moved almost same time. We just just yeah, we just saw each other like many places, like a session or like just smalls, whatever happens. She was there, I was there. So I naturally thought we could play well together, and then we could be great combination. Since that time, I knew it. And I met Chelsea actually while I was living in Charlottesville, Virginia. Um, she came in the place I played with the local musicians there, and I think she visited there just for a couple of days or something. And we only played a couple of tunes together at the night, but yeah, it she left very intense impression on me. Yeah, so there was, I believe, there was 2017 or 18, and Lauren Sevian. I think Lauren is the first person I met in this project because I saw her uh, right after I moved to here actually. Because when I saw her, it was 2015 anyway. She was playing with the Dizzy Gillespie Big Band at Blue Note, and I immediately thought that, oh, I could this project with her. So I actually invited her to play with me in Virginia while I was living there. So that's how we first time met and played together. And yeah, it was really fun. So I asked her, "Hey, actually, there's a project I want to do in my mind. Would you like to do it?" And then she said, "Yeah." So that's actually, so we have planned together since that time. It was 2019.
So it's been in the
Yeah.
works for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just really cool. When I saw this, I was like, wow, this looks interesting because you've got, four sax players on here,
Hmm.
and I was curious as what the arrangements were going to be like. And at times it's almost like a small big band sound, a little bit maybe, but
Yeah.
it's a very very straight ahead bebop, hard bop kind of
Hmm.
thing going on here. And on the record, there's 7 tunes. On the CD, I think there's 11. So
Yeah. Yeah.
um, so first, how did you pick all these tunes? And well, let's talk about the band. Um, how you set up the band with Steve Ash on piano, and you have my eyes are bad here. Joey Ranieri on bass and Pete
Hmm.
Van Nostrum on drums. How did you meet these guys, and how did they get on the record? Or
Yeah. So Steve, I know Steve. I met Steve, I think 2015, 16 as well. Because I went to the session at Cleopatra's Needle. Yeah. Anyway, the place actually right next to my place. So every time I go back home, before I go back home, I stop by there and see who's playing there. I met Steve there all the time because at the time so many bebop lover, straight ahead lover came to the session every Tuesday night, I believe, and Steve was there a lot. So I really love Steve because I think it's very opposite personally because I'm more like a outgoing person like all the time excited. But he's very calm and play really wild. But still he I really admire his playing. So I thought it would be great combination for this band because especially for the rhythm section role um, of this, I really like the pianist. for more supportive character in the music. Not only like music, also personally everything. So I really like Steve. Somehow he also very well like a committed person, and I knew he's going to be really well in this project. Yeah, and I actually asked Steve first because I want to bring the trio he worked the most comfortably. So I
Definitely.
asked him who's in your mind, and he highly recommended Joy because Joy he's really young guy, but yeah, I know Joy. He's really wonderful player, and so yeah, it's just naturally yeah with the Steve recommendation. Okay, let's go because I really want to hire a really good trio together. So yeah, and I actually checked a lot of musicians videos, everything, but I really want to have really good team of the trio. And Steve told me that it's a great team. Then okay, I trust your taste, and okay, let's go.
So you already have that. Yeah, that's nice. You already have a core group of musicians there that know each other well, that
Yeah,
can support all of you, and
yeah,
then you can all, do what you want to do on the record.
yeah.
You produced the record. Now the arrangements. How were these arranged? How did you first of all? How did you come up with all the tunes that you wanted to do? Did you already know that you wanted to do some of these Caravan and Stablemates
Mhm.
and things like this?
Yeah, so actually this uh so we recorded 11 tunes. I only did one arrangement on Everything Happens to Me. And other 10 tunes were actually did by German saxophonist Michael Ojaya. I forgot to tell you this, but actually this band's roots go back to 2010 in Korea when I played in a super sax style group with with Michael Ojaya. He visited Korea for the first time, and we set up the one gig together, and he brought all the arrangement
Oh, interesting. So
for the gig. And we only played one night together, but wow, it was like, oh my god, I really loved his like ideas, everything, and it was very successful one gig, so it led us to the German tour later on. So we organized German tour with the German, obviously he's German, but other German players in the band. Also, we four Korean musicians all involved together, and we did like a German tour. That's how we started the this kind of concept and music. Everything actually come from there because I really like his arrangement already set up at the time. Yeah, it's actually Caravan. It's actually originality from Art Blakey, but nobody really thought about bringing it to the saxophone quartet, right?
right.
Yeah. So I really love the vibe, and actually audiences everywhere when we toured. Everybody loved it. It was really amazing vibe. Actually, we already played, but also I thought that because I told you that like there's not much horn players in South Korea, as well as woman player. So I was the only woman player in the band, toured together. So yeah, that's a little. I don't know what to say because it's just yeah. I was curious that it's just Korean thing or I don't know. So it's always curious about like could it be better in States
Yeah, yeah.
with the woman band? Yeah, that maybe so. This idea came from there. I think many years ago. Then I met Lauren and Arena Chelsea. Then I naturally thought that like okay, now I can make this band
Yeah.
together. So I asked Michael, hey, I want to use your arrangement because it's all your work, but because I played a lot this music, I know very well. So I know how to put in like a professional setting. I and I added like a little ideas too, because somehow when we were on the tour, it was way too long, way too much solos, blah blah. So hey, I think I could make it way better, because I really respect what he have done, and I thought only need that is organizing and packaging well this music. So that's what I did actually, and yeah, and it worked. I'm so glad that it worked pretty
Yeah,
well.
it's great, and I really, it's something that is not being done enough, and I think it's there's always a lot of people are saying, oh, you can't play the old standards, they've all been done, they've all been played so many times, but you've proven here with this record that you can do it a new way, and still have that traditional sound, if you will, but it's arranged different, and you've got the saxophone element added to tunes that weren't necessarily saxophone tunes, right?
Yeah.
Or at least as much as you've emphasized it on this with all four of you on here, which is fantastic. So when you put all these, so you selected all these tunes that you wanted to do, and then now you go to Rudy Van Gelder's studio. Is this the first time you've recorded there personally?
Yeah, first time recording. It was my third time visit though, but yeah, first time recording. Yeah.
And tell me about that, because that had to be exciting. You have to thinking about the whole history of all the legends that have recorded there and everything, and now you're finally going to have your own recording there.
Yeah, I mean, actually, first time I visit there with, do you know? I forgot her name just for a second. Andrea Mutis.
Who?
Do you know Andrea Mutis?
I don't think so.
She's really popular, amazing Barcelona trumpet. Also, she sings too. She plays saxophone as well. And so when Andrea Mutis, she did one gig at DJ's many years ago, and she invited me to there. And she told me that, oh, there's a we booked we talked to the engineer at Rudy Van Gelder studio, and I asked him for a tour or so. Would you like to join us? And then yeah, that's how I joined the tour with them. That was my first visit. Then like, wow, this is amazing, because as a home player, I really like the natural reverb. It's like a really beautiful sound already inside. So when you play the music, I feel like, oh my God, I loved my sound. Oh, this is so good. This is so comfortable. This is really warm, reflex sound. I really love it because I'm home player. We need it. So then, yeah, after the visit, because I believe before my visit, I think I'm the first Korean musician to visit there, maybe in a jazz music. I don't know. So I thought that it would be great to introduce people about this studio more, because obviously people know the studio, but people don't know about the histories. So I asked Dawn and Maureen to get the interview for a Korean magazine, jazz magazine. So I wrote a couple of articles about like, visiting Van Gelder studio, and then yeah, we talk about the studio and all the history. So I write in Korea and introducing to the Korean jazz fans about like this studio. So that was my second visit. Then Don Sickler told me that, hey, you should come back for your recording. I said, yeah, I'll do that, of course. But since after COVID started, okay, I totally
Yeah.
forgot it. Yeah, but so when I organized this band, I asked them right away, hey, we want to record this day, this date. Could you make it? And they said, no, sorry, somebody already booked. So okay, I was really disappointed. And but I think I couldn't remember exactly, but I somehow we had to switch one day to another, I think. Then I asked them again, and then they said, yeah, because the person booked the studio, it's canceled. So you can do whatever you want. So it just happened. Yeah. So.
Did you practice with everybody before you went into the? Did you guys play together and get everything down before you went into the studio, or how did that work?
Uh, they allowed us coming in a little bit earlier, so we did a little bit warmed up, just setting and settle down everything, and yeah, but obviously for like a playing, it's the first time for me, so I was really nervous because it was okay when I just play my instrument there. It was okay, but for the recording, it's a lot of tension going on. Also, all the gears they have used. It's still like a kind of old systems.
Yeah.
So, for example, like we supposed to have monitor speakers, right? And at the time, I had to share with Irina with the one monitor speaker, and we put the headphones individual. But at the time, I couldn't hear myself. Hey, Maureen, can I get my sound more? Then Irina complained that, hey, I don't hear myself. Can I get more sound? So what's going on? She said when someone going up, someone down. It's like that because it's connected system.
Right.
It's not. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's kind of all about. I think it's kind of old-fashioned styled.
So everybody didn't have their own mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we all for saxophones actually share a big room. Then like so when one person make a mistake, oh my God, we should do it again. Cannot make it up. So yeah, even though we did like little punchy things, but it's really small minor thing. Most of the track we did, it's like a one take thing. So we recorded it's all as an old fashioned style because one take, two take.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, we don't have any other choices. Even the technology, no matter what. But I really love it because all the sounds, everything. So after when I go to like a mixing mastering studio with the Dave Lullington, I really love the sound already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Was that Maureen Sickler that recorded it?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she does a great job on all these records she does.
I believe. Yeah, she's amazing. She knows the venue very well. So, yeah, there's no doubt.
And then what studio did you go to record and mix it, or did you do it there, or a different studio?
Different studio because I know Maureen also does that like mixing mastering stuff, but I just want to have another fresh ears. Yeah, so I thought it would be great to have another person sitting on the computer and getting another aspect. So
Right.
yeah, that's why I work with Dave Darlington. He's also amazing. He did yeah,
It
he's like
sounds fantastic.
yeah, he's like a magician. Like, hey, it's magic. Look at me. And wow. Yeah. So yeah,
And
thank
so
you.
did you sit there with him and help him mix it and then tell him like, oh, I want a little more of this or a little more of that or
Yeah. I sat down all the time with him, and yeah, I listened to it and talk about and yeah, I got a bunch of I made a note with the rough mixes. I just tried to make a note, blah 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 blah, and just sat down with him all the time and talked to him. Hey, I want this. Yeah, so.
how you wanted the panning to go. You wanted the one saxophone over here, the other saxophone over there, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly. Yeah.
It sounds fantastic. It's a really well recorded, and I really enjoy listening to it. So it's
Thank you,
absolutely
because
wonderful.
Thank you, because it's my also first time LP release. So I was really glad you did that, because if you seem like you got a lot of experience and you know very well about the LP thing. And actually for me, I'm not really well. I don't really know much about the LP. I mean, in technique, everything. So this is my very first LP. So, I was really nervous. Like, yeah, it's all new thing for me. But I'm so glad that you, yeah, had a great review, and with the LP actually, especially. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
glad, and I really appreciate
Yeah, and they
it.
did a great job. I love the cover. And then I always love when they put the liner notes on the back so that you can read
Uh-huh.
about everything, and
Yeah.
pretty cool pictures and everything on the back. So yeah, they did a really nice job. Was this something that you had already planned to do with Corey, with Cellular Music Group, ahead of time, or was it something you worked on for a while and then brought it to him again, or how did that work?
Actually, I talked to him before even I did the recording session. Yeah, hey, I have idea to make this kind of setting of the band and recording it soon. Would you be interested? I asked him before, and he said, yeah, yeah, of course. So let me know when you're ready. Yeah. So after everything done, I just talked to him, hey, I'm ready. And then he said, okay. That was really smooth because I didn't really expect that smooth, but it was, yeah, he's really nice. And he seems like love this project too. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems to me like everybody likes to work with him because he's a musician himself, and
Yeah.
I think that helps because he kind of knows how to relate to everybody. He's coming from it from not only the owner of
Yeah.
his record company, but a musician that also,
Mhm.
yeah. So I think that's a big benefit for sure.
Yeah, I think so. I love solo music because, yeah,
He's
also because, yeah, because he's also musician. I think he's really flexible and don't bother the musicians to do something. Yeah, so which is really nice for me. Yeah.
Yeah, the he's putting out a lot of music. It's hard to keep up with all the new things. He's doing a lot of great new releases.
Yeah.
So that's really neat. How did you decide on which cover, what you were going to use for the cover? Because I think I saw originally the cover was going to look more like this, or at least
Yeah.
and then, but you had chose this for the. So
So
tell us a little bit about that, because I know you had several different ideas, probably, right?
So when you look at the CD looks like this. So I want to put different cover on CD and LP each.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah, because I want to make people to buy both anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I don't blame. Yeah, yeah. I need to get the CD because I want to hear. Even though I can stream it, but I'd like to have the other tracks as well. Otherwise, you'd have had to do two records to get all of the songs
Yeah.
on there, right? So,
Uh-huh.
how are you taking this as far as to the clubs and stuff? Are you able to line up a lot of different gigs and kind of take this everybody on the road and play, or is it just kind of when you have the opportunity, or how is that going as far as?
We actually just had a one gig at Blues Alley last week in DC. It went really well because a lot of people showed up. And at the time, yeah, Lauren Savian, she's full-time teacher at Berkeley, so she couldn't make it. But I we got really great another female baritone player, Lee Pilzer, because she lives in the area. It was a huge benefit for me bringing like a local great musician, yeah, to involve the band. Yeah, and actually, I'm still working on that part because that's the most hard part of this project for me, to be honest, because I know like all the production and actually all the process of the production, everything work really well as my planned. So yeah, as I planned, everything really went well. So, but getting the gig or like getting the opportunity to play, actually it's kind of different pull. I think that's what I feel. So
Yeah.
I emailed so many venues, blah blah, or like agencies, or I never mostly heard back anything. But right now because we did really good successful night at DC, and yeah, with the experience I hope we can get more opportunity, and I'm still working on it. I'm still like asking people, blah blah. But it's like a new lined up band, and then no one really knows like how many people gonna come, who's like this band, or no one really knows. So I actually kind of expected like this a situation, because as although we are all like especially Arena, Lauren, Chelsea, they are all really active players in the scene. Everybody know that, but they never know of us as a collective. So
Right.
yeah.
So I hear it. The more musicians I talk to on this channel, it seems that it's difficult to you put together a record like this and then you want to go out and play, but
Mhm.
it seems like it's difficult to set up, to get on a festival circuit or
Mhm.
to be able to put something that's a steady stream of live performances
Mhm.
where, back, in the 50s or 60s or maybe even early 70s, that there was a lot of opportunities where you could play in a
Mhm.
venue for a week or 2 weeks at a time,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. It's much more difficult now, right, to do that?
Yeah, some of my teachers told me that and shared the experience what they did before. They could just leave just playing music without any like a secondary job or anything else. They told me that their time like back in days, they just need to play and get the money. But our generation, unfortunately, it's not ideal anymore. We can get the place to play every time. It's very competitive, getting the opportunity, and especially for jazz, it's more likely community thing. So I need to go show up, meeting more people, getting involved, the community, blah blah blah. But I really love that. And also I really care about my like a community as well. But it's not work for me anymore, because as a two young children's mother, I can't go out every night anymore. It's not the thing for me. Even like a weekend. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have any family besides my husband. He's the only one watching kids while I'm going away, like playing or something. But he also needs to work. He also travels a lot. He's not a musician, but yeah, his work, yeah, he has to travel a lot. Then I need to watch my kids. What should I do?
Right.
So
So you
yeah,
have to really schedule, okay, we're going to play, or if you do are able to go
yeah.
play several, then you have to schedule that. And, what about the festivals? Because I know, springtime's coming, and a lot of the jazz festivals are going to be popping up. A lot of different cities will have them in the U.S. Is that something that you could possibly get on to take that and play several of those?
Yeah, that'd be really nice. But festival also, it's some. Yeah, so like I said, jazz clubs actually mostly more open to the indie musicians as well, because no matter what, if I email, some people respond me back. Not everyone, but very like a limited number of people sometimes responded me, and okay, I can get you this date, blah blah. It happens sometimes, but for me, festival thing, it's another different story. I think it's more likely already build a community. So as a actually, what, I never grew up here. I am from another country, and to be honest, I don't have like a strong like a community built up here yet, because I never grew up here. So I don't know expand my
Yeah,
yeah.
that's yeah. Well, hopefully you can get out and play more. It's
Yeah, but good thing about that because that's why it's really I actually expecting everything like yeah how hard it would be also, but no matter what I'm so proud of myself creating this band, put together everything, and I am yeah, now praying every day, getting more opportunity because it's the first step, and even though it's first step, maybe yeah we cannot get much of the thing, but yeah I'm sure this project just started and we can keep going to the next and next. So I'm sure we can get opportunity at someday like then I can play more. Yeah. But this yeah, as I told you, like it's not my ideal. It's like I cannot follow the old fashioned
right.
jazz things like hanging out in the night, going
Yeah.
out every day, like play yeah, like I can't make it anymore. That's why I built up my own community and I made my own thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think somehow we need it for the musicians who decide to be parents. It's not easy with the family thing, but family thing is really matter for me because it gives me a lot of strength. This is reason I can live every day. I want to play music every day because it's all about the life thing. So I don't really blame anything, but just I I think I'm kind of a slow down a little bit, but I'm still waiting my my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So is this something you would definitely want to carry on to another album eventually with the same type of thing and continue on the Empress this
yeah, that's
concept?
yeah. But this is my first project with this collective, so I couldn't get any help. I couldn't get any like fundraising or whatever happens. But
Yeah.
I hope I can get more opportunity to create more things. And yeah, I definitely want to produce more project like a second, third albums with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
So do
yeah.
you record there at your place? I see you have some mixing boards there and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Do you
So yeah, I do. I do a little bit like live streaming things, and we have a video and mics, everything, piano, drums. So yeah, I told you I couldn't go out much anymore, so I invite people to come to my place and play with me. Yeah.
Oh, neat. So you have enough room for a small band there to play and everything and
Yeah. We actually did our rehearse for the recording. We did the rehearse here too, with the band, whole full band actually, and it was good. Yeah, I think it's enough for yeah like a small band, and we did one open concert with the real audience.
oh, really?
Yeah. It was like a house concert concept.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was cool because yeah, it's New Jersey. There's not much jazz happening in the area, even though some part, but not like New York, not actively like New York. But in a nearby, there's a lot of great musicians in the area. So but we couldn't go out for the session every night, right? So, okay, maybe we build up our own community here and play together here. So we do the session a lot. Even though it's just session, we try to record it.
Yeah. Is that something
Yeah.
that you might put out eventually or record kind of a semi-live recording CD and put it out on CD or something like that yourself? Is that something you've considered doing?
Could be great. I don't think it's kind of that level yet. Like all the like gears here, it's just like very. I don't know. It's kind of a beginner.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not really professional setup yet, but potentially, yeah.
Yeah,
In the
that
future,
would be fun to do. Yeah.
yeah, they're really fun to do because Yeah, I mean, I believe all the musicians in 50, 60, 70 like musicians, as I heard, they play all the time together and just go into recording studio and play all the time.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how created the music as a band, right? So yeah, no matter what, even I couldn't make a bunch of gigs anymore, or a bunch of opportunity not coming to me yet. But I'm happy to play with the local friends and hey, let's play, and then play the music we want to play at my house with my comfortable time.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is huge benefit for me, for sure.
Well, before we go, do you have any suggestions for someone like me who's starting to play the saxophone and starting off? What do you have for suggestions for starting off on saxophone playing?
Um, for you?
I'm not so young anymore, but you know what? I was like, I've always wanted to play it. I was like, you know what? I have time to practice, so I can sit at home and I can play. But it's definitely new, so it's definitely like, oh wow, this really makes a difference on how that reed vibrates, on how you have your mouth shaped on, and in my mind, I had it. You just blow air through it and you play the right keys, and that's there's a lot more to it. So, what share a little bit of wisdom for saxophone players out there?
Well, I think following your passion first, because yeah, this is what I talk to my students all the time. Before you play, just you need to know what you like to play. Yeah.
Well,
So
I want to play like Charlie Parker and Art Pepper.
then you can you can start from there. For sure. But
Is there any
yeah.
practice techniques that you have, or certain routines that you go through, or that you did go through when you were first starting out? Did you play just through the mouthpiece at first, through is there any I guess step by step type of things that you did?
I do long tone first. Yeah, no matter what, I try to play long tone.
Just to get a good
Yeah.
sound through the reed.
Yeah, and slowly like scales. Like I think it's kind of like a pre-exercise thing, And just yeah, we don't really do lifting right away, right? We need to warm our body up and gives our body like a kind of sign, hey, we're gonna do practice soon. Yeah, right? So I give myself a little bit like a very relaxed long tone and get in pitch and relax everything, muscles, and yeah, little bit more. Yeah, it's like a slowly running and getting run and faster, something like that. So to be honest, I don't have much time to practice. Yeah, so my time always very limited with the kids. So
Right.
yeah, I focus very well. Like okay, now do this and next and next. Like, yeah. So mostly I set up the goal every time I practice. But even limited time, I try to do warm up as much as possible. Yeah. Then.
I got my first reeds. Well, I got 2.5s
Oh,
because I
nice.
got a Yamaha C4 mouthpiece.
Okay,
And
that's
then one of the guys at the jam session said you should probably get a 2 to start with. So I got these. I've just got these in the mail today.
uh-huh.
So after we get off here, I'm gonna see if I can put it on and play a little bit.
Oh,
So
nice.
we'll see
You
how
can,
that
you can,
goes.
yeah, you can share the video if you want.
I don't know. I'm not ready. It sounds like I'm chasing a goose around the house right now. It's,
Oh,
it's so.
I yeah. Oh my God.
Well, it was a
But that's
pleasure
nice.
having you on,
Thank
and
you.
anytime you want to come on and to chat or whatever and talk about jazz and music, feel free to email me. And if any of the other ladies want to come on as well, let them know that they're welcome. All they have to do is email me, and if they want to come on and chat or whatever, they're more than welcome. I'd love to have them on.
Oh, thank you so much. And also, thank you for the great review because I really enjoyed watching all the video you
Oh, I'm glad.
reacted. Yeah, I'm so glad that you reacting like, yeah, something like that. Because most of the people just receive the CD or LP. The people say, "Oh wow, it's good," but I didn't know how they really enjoy it. But throughout the video you made, like, oh, you enjoyed it all the time, and that made really, really my day. It was really fun to watch it. So yeah,
I'm glad. I'm glad.
yeah,
It's a great. I was really impressed, and I was like, wow, this is just really great playing, and that's so I'm. And again, the arrangements are cool, and again, the fact that you stepped out and did some of these standards that a lot of people, I think there's a lot of musicians are almost afraid to do some of these tunes because you're up against the legends that have played these before, and so I'm so glad that
yeah.
you did that.
I think I'm very brave because
Yeah.
it's totally feeling like that because I still remember when I recorded Yearning. It's from Oliver Nelson tune. And at the Rudy Van Gelder studio, they have the cover of blues abstract what's the title, full title? Anyway, the album of the Yearning was right there. So I recorded the tune, Oliver Nelson's tune,
Right.
right front of his album cover, and it really overwhelmed me. Like, oh my god, it's there, right there. So I feel like, yeah, it's kind of maybe it's kind of against the legends, but it's all my respect it's all my admire of the jazz. Actually, it's not against the way. Yeah, this is all my love from
Yeah,
jazz.
yeah, and it comes
Yeah, and I just
across.
want to. Yeah, I want to show the jazz, just jazz, and playing. Yeah, we all love.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, because I think even though it's writing your own tunes and stuff is great, a lot of times I think it's easy to kind of you can almost like skirt the issue and oh, it's my own composition. But when you do something like that, Caravan or Stablemates or those, you're gonna, people are gonna compare those to perhaps some of the other ones, the other
oh,
recordings. And so, but I really am glad that you did this, and I think it's a great record. And so I hope
thank
that we'll see
you.
more in the future.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hope it happens more. Like, I mean, talking about standard thing, hope happens more. But I'm not sure next project. Maybe I don't know. I should put. I feel like I should put more my original stuff. But I don't want to go crazy like the style way. Maybe I try to line up anyway, like a kind of similar
Right.
musically, but yeah, I feel like I need to create more like a original stuff for
In
the
that
next.
same kind of straight ahead type of hard,
Yeah,
which I think is not done that often either. A lot of times, a lot of
yeah,
the new music that's being composed is oftentimes post bop or free jazz or
hmm,
where it's kind of very out there. And so I think
yeah,
that's also really neat that to put originals
hmm,
in this kind of.
yeah. I also want to open up the band. We could pick up something, another kind of style or some, maybe a little avant-garde, but I don't say like let's go play avant-garde, but if it could be part of the souls of the music, could be, but I'm still thinking what's next and what should I do, where should I go, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
But I'm so excited because anyway, it's your first album and we did a lot of standards and people really love it because we just need it. So I don't know what's next. So if someone asks me like, what are you gonna do for the next one? But I don't know. There's a lot of possibility. But yeah, I'm so glad I did a lot of standards for this first album. Yeah.
yeah. I think
So
it's a good foundation to build on for sure, and I think that if you're able to keep this kind of concept going, even though you could add in your originals, it's always good. I think that you have a couple of those standards in there because it gives it kind of a context of
hmm,
what you're doing with your originals as well. At least that's
yeah.
my opinion. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. It's kind of similar. Yeah.
so when people see, if another Empress album comes out, they're like, okay, I can somewhat expect that I'm going to get straight ahead jazz, maybe some standards, but then you have your own originals with maybe something new or something, you know.
Yeah, but I also want to people just think about it, how much we have fun just play jazz. Also, everybody else, I mean, if someone wants to play the music we play, I'm so happy to see that too because it's a really fun way just to play because it's all about the joy of playing jazz. That's all my message in this record. Yeah, it's not like against, it's not like
Right.
comparing.
No, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot of
it's
fun
like
to just
yeah, it's just a lot of fun, you know, even yeah, for players and listeners, everyone. So, yeah.
yeah, and it comes across in the recording too. Great joy. So,
Yeah, yeah. So, but as a leader, I got a lot of pressure for the next one now. It's just like I don't know what else.
well,
But yeah.
celebrate this one, and yeah, thank you so much for coming on the channel and talking and sharing your story and everything, and hopefully we can have you on again.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Anytime. Happy to be back.
All right. Well,
Right.
I'm gonna sign off here.
Mhm.